Live 5 News starts now with breaking news.
And this breaking news, United States Attorney General William Barr has authorized the U.S. Justice Department to investigate substantial allegations of voting irregularities.
Though it's not clear just what evidence has been found, President Trump is rejecting any suggestion that he lost the election and has vowed to keep filing lawsuits claiming voting fraud. In Pennsylvania, one of their lawsuits was successful, though, in getting poll watchers a few feet closer to the vote count. Several state attorneys general, including here in South Carolina, are backing the lawsuit filed by Pennsylvania's Republican Party about mail-in ballots. At the hour, Biden is leading President Trump by about 43,000 votes. That's a margin of less than 1%.
And in Michigan, Georgia, and Nevada, lawsuits backed by the campaign have been rejected as judges claim there is no serious evidence of election fraud. The Trump campaign has filed an appeal in their Michigan case that was dismissed last week, but for now it is not being accepted by the court.
Meanwhile, President-elect Joe Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris are moving forward with a transition team.
They've begun to put together a team for when they take the reins of the country in 72 days from now.
Today, Biden and Harris met virtually with their newly formed coronavirus task force. The president-elect urged everyone to wear face masks, saying doing so is not a political statement.
Please, I implore you, wear a mask. Do it for yourself. Do it for your neighbor. A mask is not a political statement, but it is a good way to start pulling the country together.
This week, Biden's transition team is also expected to start rolling out key staffing positions at the White House.
There are a few key steps left in this presidential process. December 8th is the deadline to resolve any election disputes at the state level. That includes all state recounts and contests over election results. The Electoral College will begin voting on December 14th. 33 states and D.C. have laws requiring electors to vote the same way the popular vote goes in their state. Those certifications must be in by December 23rd. The House and Senate will count those votes on January 6th, and the president-elect will be sworn into office on January 20th.
Of course, we'll be following this election all the way through Inauguration Day. You can follow along as well with any updates about the president's legal challenges and more. Just head to live5news.com.
Taking things outside right now, hopefully that nighttime air will cool us down after a pretty muggy day out there.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh is in our First Alert Weather Center. We also have some storm chances, though, that we need to look out for.
Well, mostly rain, and that's going to be the deal, I think, really for the next couple of days. In particular, Wednesday, Thursday, we've declared those as First Alert weather days, mostly because of the rain that's going to come up from the south. There's what's going on across the southeast. You can see a lot of rain down there. We've got Ada well to the south, but the moisture pump continues to rotate around that with combination of high pressure to the north that really just continues to add rain into the southeast over the next few days. Right now, we've had a couple of showers. Joey Solvine talked about these at lunchtime. We're tracking a couple earlier today, still moving on shore. As far as the next few hours, temperature-wise, we're going to stay pretty much on the comfortable side as we head for, say, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the low 70s, 10 o'clock around 70, 71, same thing at 11 o'clock, so it will stay on the mild side. Out the door at the bus stop, though, in the mornings, you kind of plan ahead. Don't rule out maybe a stray shower in the morning at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll stay in the low 70s, so as you kind of plan your Tuesday, you might want to keep the umbrella just in case. Coming up for us in the next couple of minutes, going to talk about this, more on Ada and your 7-day forecast. Stick around.
More than 10 million people here in the U.S. have been diagnosed with the coronavirus since the pandemic began. But
there may be a breakthrough as a new vaccine shows some promising results. The company Pfizer says early data shows its experimental vaccine more than 90% effective. It will submit an emergency use authorization with the FDA once its trial is completed in 2 weeks.
The company says it has 50 million doses ready to go. About half will go to Americans. It hopes to have at least 1.3 billion doses by next year.
It is extraordinary that it's coming at a time that the world needs it the most. Right now, only in the US, we have 100,000 victims of COVID every day. 1,000 deaths every day. I can't count how many people are losing their jobs every day. So it's a very important day for humanity.
Pfizer says first in line for the vaccine would be medical workers, first responders, and the elderly. The company is working with the U.S. military to distribute it.
As for us here in South Carolina, here is how it will go according to the State Health Department. At first, with the limited supply, once we have supplies, vaccines will go to healthcare workers and to nursing homes. As more and more doses become available, it'll be distributed then to everyone else. It'll need to be given in 2 doses, about 3 or 4 weeks apart from one another, and it will be free. There are more than 580 new cases of coronavirus here in our state, and that brings the total number of cases since the pandemic began to more than 176,000.
State health experts are encouraging everyone to get routinely tested, especially before and after traveling for the holidays.
The College of Charleston, home to almost 100 historic buildings there on campus, how they're hoping to preserve what they're calling a living lab for students.